So guys, welcome back to the channel. Montel Gordon here. I kind of just wanted to do like a off the cuff kind of video. I've got the window open, so forgive the audio if it's not coming out correctly. Hopefully it is, and the microphone's doing a good job of filtering out the background noise. Anywho, what I want to do today is basically just talk to you guys on a real level. I've not actually, planned this video. I just wanted to sit down with the camera like the good old days and just talk like what's kind of on my mind. I just want to talk to you guys about my anxiety basically, because I'm not too sure if you guys know this, but I do have like really bad anxiety at times. Now my type of anxiety isn't just like a social anxiety, like being around people. That's not my type of anxiety. That's not the type that doesn't affect me like whatsoever. My type of anxiety is actually health anxiety, being a hypochondriac. Now if you don't know what that means, basically like I believe deep down somewhere that I'm ill or I'm going to be ill and I have to just die of an illness. Like I have to. It's like that's what it is. Like it's so weird because it makes no sense whatsoever. Let me give you an example. Like I rarely get ill. Like even a cold, I rarely get ill. I rarely have sick days off. I've just never been that type of person, yet I suffer from like health anxiety. So deep down somewhere in my like subconscious mind, I believe, not to get all woo-woo on you guys, but there must be something in there that's making me believe that I'm sick or I'm gonna get some sort of illness, because like sometimes I genuinely believe that like this life thing, it can't keep going on without me contracting some sort of deadly fatal illness. Like that's literally what goes through my head sometimes, and I kind of just wanted to speak to you guys about this because I know that some of you guys, I don't know, some of you guys kind of paint me out to be like this crazy awesome dude, but really I'm just like a normal person like everybody else. So I kind of want to like raise awareness and kind of show you guys as well. I want to raise awareness for like mental health stuff, and show you guys as well that I'm just as human as you are. I do have all this sort of stuff affecting me, and it does sometimes affect my work as like an entrepreneur and a consultant and doing SMMA and all that sort of shit. So yeah, basically guys, let me just give you a quick story. So it's now the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July if you're watching this on the 4th of July. Probably not, because I won't release this tonight, but happy 4th of July for whenever it was. But I just wanted to tell you a story. So a couple days ago, on the 29th of June, so not even a week ago yet, I actually went out to Amsterdam to go to a festival called Oh My Festival. I'm not too sure if you've heard it, but like Meek Mill was performing, Trey Songz was performing, gigs from London, from the UK was performing. Some good artists were basically performing. I was super super happy to go to this, and I was like super excited and super pumped for this. Now we actually drove there because we've done it before, where we drove to Amsterdam all the way from Sheffield to Amsterdam. I believe it's like a 10-hour drive, 10, 11, 12 hours. We have to go on like the Euro tunnel, so we have to drive all the way from my house, which is in Sheffield, well on the outskirts of Sheffield. So we had to drive all the way down to London, then catch the ferry all the way to France. Not the ferry. We had to catch the Euro tunnel all the way to France, and then from France we had to drive all the way to Amsterdam to get to our hotel. Really ridiculously long drive. I won't be doing it again, definitely flying next time, but the experience is amazing, like a road trip, super amazing. We were all like drinking and singing along on the road as you do, like literally. But yeah, we was drinking alcohol and all that sort of stuff, just having a really good time, drinking, whatever, partying in the car. And I kind of took it a bit too far with the drinking, I guess, and we ended up going out that night. When we got to the hotel, we kind of like unpacked our bags, got ready for the night out. Then we met up some more family in Amsterdam that actually flew there the day before or something like that, and we met them up, and we was actually at a bar. I was on holiday, so I was actually trying to enjoy myself. So I was drinking more. I'm not a shy drinker, put it that way. I ended up drinking, getting super like wasted. I wouldn't say like super wasted to the point where I'm like falling over. I was completely like conscious and stuff like that. It's just that the next day, basically, when I wake up, I have the worst hangovers ever. Like, people say they have the worst hangovers ever, but then they go about their day and do normal stuff. No, I'm talking when I have my hangovers, should I say, I'm literally crippled, like to the point where I don't even want to go to the toilet just to take a piss. Like literally, that's how bad my hangovers are. I don't like being around anybody. I don't like speaking to anybody. And I know this as well. This is the dumbest thing about it. So I actually bought a ticket, drove all the way to Amsterdam. Like, I'll get into that in a second, but let me just break it down to you guys. Like literally, I hate being hungover and having to do stuff. So whenever I'm hungover, that's it. My whole calendar, it throws the whole, like almost 2 days I'll be hungover for. Like, it's really, really bad. I think alcohol is just not for me at this point, to be honest. I don't know why I still drink that shit. It's really not good for you guys, especially when you want to build a business. I'm gonna actually touch upon this in the next video. So basically, I have this like little imaginary scale where I say my anxiety is on 3 right now, or my anxiety is on 5 right now. When my anxiety is on 10, that's like a full-blown anxiety lockdown, red flag, panic attack. Like that sort of shit is like scary. I've only had like 3 of them, I believe. In fact, I've had like 1 of them, and then the other 2, well 3 now, so I've had like 4 of them, I guess. So like the first one was actually a full-blown anxiety attack where I thought I was legit dying, or having a stroke and a heart attack at the same time. So weird, guys. Like I'll break down all my symptoms and stuff like this, and hopefully you guys, well, hopefully you don't, God forbid, but maybe some people out there can actually like empathize with me, I guess. Anywho, guys, so I've been excited for this trip. I think I bought the tickets back in like May, like the start of May. So I've been looking forward to this trip for like a month. We drove all the way there, got drunk, ended up going out that same night, and then in the morning it was the festival. Well, the next day was the festival. So I've drunk all this alcohol, partied, which is stupid because I know what my anxiety is like. It's just that, you know, I thought I could handle it this time because I haven't had like an anxiety episode in like over 18 months or something like that. A very long time, put it that way. I thought, you know, I'm gonna drink because I'm on holiday. I'm gonna be able to handle it. My anxiety is cool. I meditate every day, so it's cool right now. It's just that the alcohol, like, I really do hate these hangovers. So it's the next day, and I've woken up, head's okay. I'm like super surprised, like everything's going okay. I'm like, I can't believe I feel like this okay. I believe that I didn't even come down. So like when you drink alcohol and you like the day after you hit that down phase, like alcohol is a depressant, so you come down. I hadn't come down yet, or I hadn't crashed yet, as people say. I hadn't hit that crash yet. So I was literally in the, we all got ready. We was all like kind of taking our time to get ready. We was gonna get some food, make sure our belly was lined up for like the day of drinking we're about to do, because it was a huge festival. Thousands and thousands of people were going to see Trey Songz, Meek Mill perform, all those sort of people. And then I was in the car. This is where shit started to hit the fan. First of all, that's when I started to feel a little bit sickly. I actually had to make the driver, which was my dad at the time, pull over to like a cafe just so I could go be sick from the day before. But then I was kind of like okay after that, and I was running around, playing around with my one of my friends, because we were just like doing dumb shit. You know what guys are like, just punching each other and just like I don't know, just doing immature shit basically. Enjoying the holiday. It was super sunny, beautiful like views, like. Oh, Amsterdam's an amazing place, one of my top like 3 places, to be honest. But then when I got back into the van to go to the festival, that's when the panic started to like set in. Now I don't even really know what I panic about to like half the time, but it's like I'll try to explain the symptoms and what happens to me. But like my palms will start sweating. I then I can then feel that my palms are sweating. I'm like, oh no, here it comes, in my head type of thing. So I'm kind of like speaking to myself kind of negatively, and then I start sweating on the head and stuff like that, and then my heart starts racing like ridiculously fast, to the point where it feels like it's going to pop. Like literally, it's like if you just run a 100 meters race. So like it felt like I would literally I'd done like a gym session, or like I've literally just done a 100-meter race, like that sort of pumping, like sheer fear. That's exactly what it feels like. Just in the best phrase I can actually explain it using is impending doom, meaning something's coming. Like it feels like death is coming. It's so like, it sounds such a bitch thing to say, but it literally, I don't even know what I'm actually nervous about. It's just that I have all these little weird sensations. I feel like when I'm hungover, I'm very sensitive to every little like feeling and symptom in my body. I call them symptoms. I don't really have symptoms. It's just like sensations, I guess. So the sensations I get are like the ground, especially, that it like feels like sometimes it moves when it not like when it's completely still, like concrete feels like it bounces up and down, which is called vertigo. I get that a lot, especially in elevators. I get that especially when I'm hungover, and sometimes even throughout the day I'll just get it. But when I'm not hungover, like all my symptoms are very manageable. But yeah, back to the story. So I started like panicking, I started like fretting. The vertigo things kind of happening here and there. It's not like a continuous bounce. It's like it will happen here and there. And I'm like, oh shit, what's that? I've got a brain tumor or some shit. That's what's making it. That's what's causing it. Like these are the sort of thoughts I'm going through my head. Back especially a couple months ago. In fact, no, back in December, I was like convinced I had like 10 different types of cancers. I was checking for lumps like every day, like literally, not even every day. It was like every half an hour I would check for a lump. Like I'm like, seriously, no joke, like every half an hour I'd be checking for like some sort of lump, saying that, you know, I've got cancer. At this point it's like, shit, I need to just calm down because I'm gonna end up speaking it into existence, God forbid. But yeah, it's really like, that's the type of anxiety I get. Anyway, to finish up my story, we was driving on the way there, and I was like, I know when the anxiety attack's coming because I can feel it, the tingles. So what happens is I start getting tingling sensations in like my fingers, and that kind of like it starts to basically spread itself slowly the more nervous I get, up my arms basically. And then my arms feel like they've got some sort, it's so weird, it's like my muscles don't work the way I want them to work. It kind of feels like there's strings attached to them, and they're kind of like, I don't know, kind of bouncy, like the air's kind of thick or something, like there's a thickness to the air, and like it's just so weird and hard to explain. I bet it sounds really weird on camera when I'm gonna watch this back, but this is literally what I'm going through. And everyone's like partying and laughing, and the music's loud, and everyone's like, Montel, what's up with you? What's up with you? What's up with you? What's up with you? But my family know that I'm not one of those guys to hold it in. So I'm like, yo guys, I feel like I'm about to have an anxiety attack. My anxiety is playing up. I have a cool family, so they kind of like understand anyway. Thank God. But I just wanted to tell you guys, you know, this sort of shit does happen to me as well. So if you're going through this sort of shit, please don't, you know, hold it in. Please do not hold it in. Even if you need to speak to me, please just DM me, because I'm going through the same shit. My day-to-day are actually quite good. Like I'm very good on a day-to-day basis. It doesn't really affect my work that much. There are times where I feel vertigo a little bit, and then that makes me feel a little bit sickly inside, and then I go lay down for like 10 minutes, and then straight after that 10-minute lay down, right back to my normal self. So just to finish up my story, I know I've said that like 20 times already, but the anxiety attack was just about to happen as we pulled up to the hotel. Like literally, I'm sat in the van and I have to get out this van, and this is how close I was actually thinking to myself, and actually said to my brother out loud, I don't even know how I'm going to make it out of this van in the elevator to the room. Like that's how bad my anxiety gets sometimes. But then when I got into the room, you know, I'll tell you the story out on the walk to the car. So my brother's like, you know, hold me if you need to, if you're gonna fall or anything like that, because I literally felt like I was gonna fall. At this point I was like in almost full lockdown mode. I was on like, anxiety level was on like 9.7 or some shit like that, which is just like 0.3 away from having a full-blown anxiety attack. My little scale, you know, that's my little scale to indicate how bad my anxiety is. But literally I was like, fingers tingling, arms tingling, faces tingling. The chest is the worst bit, the vibration feeling in the chest. I mean, you can't actually see me shaking or anything like that, but it feels like there's some sort of electrical volt going through me, and it feels like kind of like pins and needles. Such a weird sensation. But yeah, that was going through me at the time while I was trying to walk up to the room. But as soon as I got in the room, I just literally took off my top, laid down, and put on my meditation stuff with my headphones in, and just focused on my breathing, and that just basically brought me all the way down to normal again. So I believe that there's something going on where whenever I'm hungover and I'm in a car or some sort of place where I don't want to, other than bed basically, whenever I'm hungover and not in bed, that's when my anxiety really gets very bad. But on day-to-day basis, I used to have really bad like symptoms, and I'll just name a few, such as like difficulty breathing. I used to have that. Flickers in my vision, so like sometimes it looked like I'd see some sort of stuff. That kind of still happens a little bit. You know, visual snow, as they call it, looks like a little bit of static sometimes in my vision. What's another eye one? This is just the eye related symptoms. It's ridiculous. I have so many of these symptoms. Another symptom would be like flashes. Sometimes it looked like someone turned a light on really quickly and off. Another symptom would be head pressures. Still get these sometimes whenever I'm stressed. I noticed that they're more stress related now. So I get like really bad head pressures and sinus pressures, especially all up in like my nose area here and like the front of my face. Or I've had like tinnitus or tinnitus, however you want to pronounce it, which is basically a constant frequency, like a pitch, like high frequency noise going through my ears each like all the time. Like sometimes it gets so bad that I have to like literally wear headphones to bed and literally listen to rain noises. Another symptom would be, I used to have this but I don't have it anymore, is a derealization or sensation where it feels like your depth perception of your eyes is not quite right, and you're looking through like goggles. Basically you're looking through like a fish tank at the world, and the world doesn't really look real. It's such a weird and really hard to explain type of sensation that you just kind of have to kind of like experience it for yourself, which I don't want anybody to experience. Really horrible sensation. Another sensation, again, the vertigo stuff actually happens. I get muscle twitches. All sorts. There's all sorts of like little anxiety like traits. Sometimes I have like shaking fingers, quite stable right now. Because again, on a day-to-day basis, it doesn't really affect me that much. Nausea feeling where it feels like I'm like sick, but I've never actually been sick or ever had like any actual like fever or any sickness or anything like that. It's just I think it's all just like a mental game. Well, I know it's a mental game at this point, because like I can almost call upon it at will, meaning that if I focused on like my knee, all of a sudden my knee would start hurting, literally. So what I've actually done to actually mitigate and help myself with this anxiety stuff is meditation every day, positive affirmation. So affirmation, this is gonna sound very woo-woo, but I actually just repeat to myself sometimes, you know, every day in every way I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way I'm getting better and better. And I think about like especially when I had the breathless feeling, I'd think about the breathless feeling and just say every day in every way I'm getting better and better, and now it's literally gone. I haven't had that for a good probably a year now, probably 6 months to a year now, which it was like affecting me on a day-to-day basis, that one was. But basically guys, I just wanted to shoot this video to show you that, you know, one, I'm human just like you guys. I don't know why you paint me to be some sort of guru dude when I'm just a fucking kid just trying to figure out this MMA business and figure out this online business and figure out this entrepreneurship in general. Two, you know, I shot this video because I just wanted to show you that, you know, you shouldn't be afraid to talk about mental health and stuff like this, because trust me, I am one of the most relaxed, chilled, couldn't give a fuck about anything type of guy. I used to just sit in class literally not caring about anything, just thinking what the hell am I even doing here, and like I was kind of like the class joker basically. Like literally when you meet me, it's I'm always going to say something funny. Like that's the type of personality I have, which is weird because, you know, now I have anxiety, I guess, which means that there's something subconsciously going on there that I need to figure out. But like I said, it doesn't really affect me unless I'm like super hungover, and that's when it's bad. But I just wanted to, you know, kind of do my piece to raise that awareness of anxiety and mental health, and just say to you guys that, you know, if you are going through something similar, whether that be anxiety, depression, whatever it might be, make sure you tell somebody. Please don't bottle it in. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Even if you need to send me a DM, I feel free to send me a DM and just literally we can just talk about this. I just don't want anyone out there to feel lonely or like isolated or feel like they're weak because they have some sort of mental health issue. Don't ever feel like that, guys. Again, you can message me, tell your family. Please do that. Don't bottle it in. Please do not do that. That's the worst thing you can do. So guys, what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that, you know, once I actually started telling people I had anxiety, it's kind of like its power over me kind of diminished, because I just told people about it. And every time I feel even a slightest bit of anxiety, I just say, yo, my anxiety is on like 2 right now. and like I talk about it like just normal now. So it's like whenever I'm drinking alcohol or like whenever I'm hungover, because it's summer now, I guess I'm partying a little bit more, and you know, I'm making more money and stuff like that, enjoying my life, I guess. But like whenever I'm hungover and my anxiety's on like on like 3 or something, I'll just say, yo, my anxiety is kind of high right now, I don't really want to go there. And people just understand like it's not a big deal, you guys. I mean, it is a big deal if you're suffering from it really badly, but once you tell people that the whole concept of telling somebody about it's not a big deal, people aren't really gonna judge you for it. So please tell somebody. Again, this is just my piece to just you know, show you guys that I'm going through it myself. Please don't bottle it up. Please tell somebody. But anyway, guys, see you guys in another video. Hope this has helped at least somebody out there. And make sure you DM me if you're feeling lonely or anything like that. 100% we'll have a conversation about this and we'll get you some sort of help. But, you know, hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.